Okay, this is a screencast giving you some instructions on how to create your embedded citation and works cited page. So again, the place to go is OWL at Purdue, and when you get there, depending on where your entry point is, you're going to want to make sure that you get to the MLA Formatting and Style Guide. From there, you're going to look for a couple of different things. Here's the MLA Intext citation, and this is going to tell you some other things, and here's your works cited advice. Okay, and here's a sample works cited page that can also be helpful, as well as the sample paper can be helpful. First of all, the Intext citation. The in-text citation is you giving credit to your sources for ideas and paraphrasing and direct quotes that you may have. And so you can read through these directions here. They give you some alternatives how to use the embedded citation or parenthetical citation, where you put the name of the author in the text and the page number at the end, versus the name of the author and the page number all in the parentheticals. And then they also give you instructions of the corresponding entry in the works cited page. So the big thing here is you need to notice that if Wordsworth is the author, on the works cited page we're going to see Wordsworth showing up. If I see print on the works cited page, then that tells me there should be a page number, and I'm going to look for a page number in the embedded citation. So those are the big things. These need to match up. You can read through these tips, and they talk about different scenarios, in-text citations for print sources with a known author, which most of you have for your work or should have. When there's no known author, what happens next? You're going to notice there's a title, and the title of an article usually, which is in quotation marks, will show up in the in-text citation and then on the works cited page as well. Again, it's going to be the first thing I see. This is the marker. I'm going to see impact of global warming here, and that's going to tell me that I can find impact of global warming there. If there are page numbers found on my source, then I will find a page number here. So these, you can leaf through here to find out different scenarios, but it's good to know that there are different scenarios. For example, if there are multiple authors, then it's handled differently. Notice the in-text citation here is Smith, Yang, and Moore, and here it's Smith, Yang, and Moore as well. You're just going to kind of talk about that. Let's see. For a source with more than 3 authors, use the work's bibliographic information as a guide for your citation. Provide the first author's last name, followed by et al. So when I have 4 or more, now I say Jones et al. Jones et al. That's telling me that there's 4 or more on page 4. And when I look at the citations, well, maybe they're not giving, I'm sorry, they're not giving us that. Okay, and how do you cite the Bible, indirect sources, non-print sources, citing non-print or sources from the internet, how do you do that, and other things. So this goes over lots of different scenarios for you. Let's see that in action. You can find this document also in OWL at Purdue. Start with the works cited page. Here I see Allen, RL, all kinds of information. Then I see that it's a print source. Again, now here I have Baker, and then Rasmussen, and Weiser, and Porter, so that's going to be an et al., Baker et al. And that's a print source, so I'll have a page number in my citation. So when we look at the document itself, here we see Baker et al., page 14. Here we see the author Hurt, and notice there's no comma here, okay? And notice that the period is at the end, not after operations. When I cross-check that on my Works Cited page, I will find, I don't find hurt. That's not good. Where's hurt? It's a problem with the paper. Oh, here's hurt. Okay? So, yeah, this should actually be out here. This is an error on their paper. Okay? And that's why it's so important for you to have your Works Cited page done properly, because if you don't have things done properly, your reader can't find your source easily. Okay? All right, finally, the Works Cited page itself, Works Cited right here, is centered, no caps, etc. These are all alphabetized by last name or by title of the article, or whatever they have for you for your first bit of information that's available. Okay? Notice it's all double spaced. Notice that there's no extra spacing between entries. Notice that they're going to tell us if it's print or web. And notice if it's a website, we don't actually have the URL anymore. With the version 2009, there's no URLs. So if you have a URL, that's not going to show up on your Works Cited page, just the other information. Okay? If you haven't taken care of all of these things on your Works Cited page, that's something that you need to do. The other thing you're going to need to do is cross-check. So you're going to look to make sure that you in fact noted Allen somewhere in your paper, and Baker, Gladys, this Baker et al. Is somewhere in the paper, and Danhoff is somewhere in the paper. Likewise, you want to cross-check it from the other direction. So when you're looking through your paper, you're going to say to yourself, have I in fact given enough information, the proper information for my reader to find all of my sources. So here it says John Nicholson anticipated this effect, and it goes on and it gives a nice quote from page 92. So I've given that information, I'm good. Now on the Works Cited page, I'm going to make sure I have Nicholson there, and that's what I need, and that this site is in fact there as well. And that's how you create your embedded citation and your Works Cited page according to MLA.